Hey everybody, Pastor Dan here with the third and hopefully final update about our church live stream. In the first video in this series, I announced that our church live stream, the live stream of our Sunday morning worship services, is going away in January. And in the second video in this series, I talked about some of the reasons why the live stream is going away. In today's video though, I want to talk to you about what we're doing to replace the live stream. When we talk about live stream alternatives, I've got to start with the most obvious one, which is coming to church in person. As awesome as worshiping online can be, you got to admit, you miss a lot when you're not here in person. And I'm not even just talking about all the stuff you can't see and hear due to technical difficulties. You also miss out on the connection, the interaction, the engagement, the experience of actually coming together with other people for worship. And the congregation misses out too when you're missing. It's been awesome these past number of months seeing so many people back here worshiping in person. Our attendance has been really high throughout the fall, which has been great. It probably also helps explain why so few people are watching the live stream online. But if you've still been staying away from church and attending worship online, let me invite you to come back to worship in person. We miss you, and we can't wait to have you here with us in person. By far the best alternative to live streaming the service. Now, of course, there are gonna be weeks when you just can't make it to church in person. Maybe you're sick or you're traveling or something else comes up, but we've got you covered for that as well. For the last month and a half now, we have been releasing the audio recording of our full worship service online every single week. We usually get it out there by Monday or Tuesday. In fact, if you're subscribed to the church newsletter, you should be getting an email every week, usually by Monday, with a link to the recording of the service. But if you ever want to access those recordings at other times of the week, it's actually super easy to do. From your web browser, and this works on your phone or computer, navigate to our church website, brockportfirstbaptist.org. At the top of the page, you're going to see this menu that includes a link labeled Sermons. Click that link, and it's going to take you to this page, our sermon page, where you are going to find audio recordings of every sermon preached at our church for the last 5 years. We're still posting the sermon audio here every single week. You can see a recent sermon from December 17th called What Happened on the Threshing Room Floor. All you've got to do is click the little play button and you can listen to that sermon anytime. But you're also going to see right underneath that, we've got the recording of the full worship service from that day. Everything from the prelude to the benediction is right here on our website with way better audio quality than the live stream, and you can listen whenever you want. The other thing that's really cool about this is that you don't even have to go to our website every week to listen to these recordings. We release them as a podcast that you can subscribe to. At the top of our sermon page, you're going to see that you can subscribe to our recordings in the podcast app of your choice. We are on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts. If you have a smartphone, there's a good chance that it came preloaded with a podcast app. And if you go to that app and search for our church, you should be able to subscribe. And then the recordings of our worship services are going to automatically download to your phone as soon as they're available. Of course, if that's a little too complicated, you can always go right to our website and listen there instead. In addition to the audio recordings of our sermons and our worship services, we are committed in the new year to getting more engaged on social media. I want to give a shout out to Michelle Odell, who's been running our social media accounts for the last few weeks now. She's been doing a fantastic job posting engaging content on platforms like Facebook and Instagram to help keep everybody connected. If you want to stay connected to our church throughout the week, especially from a distance, social media is a way better platform for that than watching the live stream. It's a lot more engaging, a lot more communal, and a lot more interactive. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, and you're going to be able to stay much more engaged and much more connected. I want to close this video with a word for some of our friends who live outside of the Brockport area. I know we have a handful of folks who have found our church and connected with us online through the live stream, and we are just super proud and super blessed to have you as part of our virtual community. And if you want to stay connected to us through this transition, I really hope that you'll be able to navigate to the audio feed and to following us on social media. However, I know that you too could probably benefit from some in-person, face-to-face church community. And if worshiping with us online through the live stream has replaced that to you, if it's been a while since you've darkened the doors of a physical church, I want to encourage you to maybe take this transition as an opportunity to connect with a brick and mortar in-person church somewhere in your geographic area. I've heard from a number of you how difficult it can be to find churches like ours in other parts of the country. Churches that are progressive, that really value welcoming everybody, doing church without all the baggage, while still being very biblically engaged and taking our tradition, taking our faith very seriously. It's hard to find churches like that, but I promise you they are out there. Start by going on websites of churches in your area. Call around. Look at their vision statements, see what they are about, what they believe in, how their values line up with yours. You might be surprised what you find. I would direct you toward churches in what's historically called the mainline Protestant tradition. That's stuff like Presbyterian Church USA, American Baptist Churches USA, Episcopal churches, UCC, ELCA, United Church of Christ. There's a number of more progressive denominations out there, and a lot of their churches would love to have you as part of their fellowship. And if you're looking specifically for an LGBTQ plus affirming church, you can visit websites like AWAB and gaychurch.org, where you're going to be able to find LGBTQ welcoming and affirming churches near you. Of course, if all else fails, you can still listen to the audio feed of our services. You can still stay connected to us online. Heck, you can be connected to two churches, one in person and us online. But I do want to encourage for our folks living outside the area to really think about, if you haven't been connected to a physical community of people since the pandemic, maybe now's the time to give it a try. Thank you all so much for watching this video. We're going to link to the previous two videos in this series somewhere over here on your screen. Contact the church with any questions. Again, thank you for watching. I'll see you at worship sometime in the coming weeks. Grace and peace.